Emails and texts may have dramatically changed the way that we communicate, but tens of millions of letters are still being sent every day, and an awful lot of them have one of these stuck on them, the good old-fashioned stamp. But there's a very good chance any letter with one of these on is going nowhere, because these stamps are fake. We bought them in a high street shop, and they're being sold all over Britain. Yes, the humble postman is still here and arriving at our doors to deliver the whopping 70 million letters sent each day. Now, as we all know, before you pop a letter in the post box, you need to stick on a stamp, which can be purchased from a variety of high street shops and newsagents. And of course, it is the 21st century. They can be bought online as well. However, there's talk amongst the stamp fraternity that fake stamps have flooded the market.
The growth of the internet has meant that it is much easier to peddle these forgeries without being caught, and pretty much, unless you're buying your stamps from the Royal Mail site, it seems very likely that they are going to be forged.
Today, we've headed down to a stamp fair in Surrey. Collector and dealer Frank knows a lot about fake stamps and reveals they're actually collectible.
There are collectors who actually want these. They're trying to get the full set, if that's possible.
Frank has picked up fakes over the years and now has quite a collection.
Here we are. They are forged £1 stamps in sheets. I haven't got a complete sheet, but these were bought in a local shop. These are unusual because these are an old forgery. These are the old gold stamps that we had years ago. These are something you haven't seen. These are first large class forgery in sheets.
However, according to stamp expert Melvin Philpott, it's now not only rare fake stamps being sold at fairs, but the fakes are being sold all over Britain.
As far as counterfeit stamps are concerned, they are getting to be quite an important problem for Royal Mail. They seem to be appearing everywhere, all over the country. We have reports from London, Manchester, Birmingham, Norwich, all over the place.
And to make matters worse, spotting the fakes isn't easy.
The ones that are coming out now are extremely sophisticated, and it's difficult for the layperson to detect whether it's a real or a counterfeit stamp.
It's true, we may all have come into contact with these fakes. So without a second to waste, the Fake Britain team put the theory to the test. We started looking into postage stamps sold online, and after a couple of basic searches, we'd located a number of sellers offering stamps at suspiciously low prices. First-class stamps retail at 65p each, a price set by the Royal Mail. But interestingly, we found them being sold online for as little as 49p per stamp. And of course, they're sold as being 100% genuine and above board. We purchased 3 books of 12 first-class stamps we suspected were fake, paying 49p a stamp. That's almost 2/3 of the official price. Stamp collector and retailer Hugh Jeffreys at world-renowned stamp seller Stanley Gibbons handles hundreds of genuine stamps each week, and he's agreed to cast his keen eye over our suspect stamps.
Looks at first sight to be totally genuine. It's got the self-adhesive, it's got the special perforation at the side, it's got the cuts in the design, the overall Royal Mail imprint on the stamp.
The size and colour also seem legitimate, even down to the finer detail.
Look with the magnifier as well. It even has the printer's cylinder number, which shows that it was printed from cylinder 7 from Walsall printers.
So to the naked eye, the stamps look genuine, but there's one more check Hugh needs to do which may flush out the fakes. Since the late 1950s, British stamps have been printed with something called a phosphorescent strip, which is used to aid the automatic sorting of post.
The light shines on the stamp and it shows which way round the envelope should be for postmarking. And it can also differentiate between first-class post and second-class post to show that the first-class post should be hurried through more quickly.
Now, Hugh has it on good authority that on the fakes, these phosphorescent strips don't work. To put the theory to the test, Hugh needs to use an ultraviolet light and will compare a genuine stamp against the suspected fake stamps we bought.
On the genuine stamps, I would expect to see a phosphorescent afterglow once the ultraviolet light is switched off. If they're forged stamps, I suspect there will not be any afterglow. Right, so that's what we expect. Let's see if it works.
On the stamps we know are 100% genuine, there is an afterglow. But now, what about the stamps we suspect could be fake?
There is no afterglow.
No afterglow means they're officially fake. And when compared side by side with the genuine on the left and the fake on the right, the difference is clear.
I think they're stunningly sophisticated. If I bought these to stick on letters, I would have no qualms about thinking that I didn't have a genuine stamp that I was using.
Royal Mail is aware of the issue of fake stamps being sold online and advise it's the price that's the giveaway with the fakes.
The public should be aware that if they're being offered stamps at quite a discount below the retail price, it's more than likely that they are counterfeit, and they should report those instances to Royal Mail customer services.
But what happens if you use a fake stamp?
If we detect a counterfeit stamp on an item of mail, we will withdraw that item from the mail system. We'll investigate to try and find the sender and to understand the source. And also that item of mail may not actually go to the recipient, so that needs to be borne in mind.
However, fake postage stamps designed to rip off both hard-working Brits and the Royal Mail may have made their way onto the high streets. Following a tip-off, we took to the streets of London and purchased 3 books of 12 first-class stamps from 3 different newsagents where we were told fake stamps could be bought. We paid the full recommended retail price for each book, which worked out at 65 pence per stamp. In our small sample of 3 booklets of stamps, 2 of them turned out to be fake.
As far as the general public is concerned, I'm sure they have no idea. They go into their corner shop, they buy a booklet of stamps, they believe them to be genuine. Obviously, it's that they're being produced by criminals and, you know, we don't want to be supporting them, do we?
We certainly don't, and neither does the Royal Mail. 4 years ago, over 1 million fake stamps bound for Britain were seized in Istanbul in Turkey, showing the scale of the fakery.
The Royal Mail takes the subject of counterfeit stamps very seriously. We conduct checks of online retailers to assess the scale and to actually find any suspicious items which would then be investigated. And we also conduct spot checks of the stock of retailers, physical retailers in stores. And if we do find counterfeit items, then, of course, if there's evidence, we will follow up with prosecutions.
One such prosecution was in Slough, southeast England, where this man, 36-year-old Krista Chinapa, was caught trying to import £17,000 worth of stamps into Britain from Hong Kong.
We intercepted 4,500 fake stamp books. The person who had these books was successfully prosecuted. Their computer and their phone were seized and investigated, and further evidence was found. And that person had a 2-year jail sentence. But it's very important that the public, if they see any suspicious stamps, do contact Royal Mail customer services so we can examine these stamps and find the source of them.